Hi, everybody. This is Eliz-sha Keating from wisdomseekers.net, and we're here today with the air Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for December 22nd to 28th, 2019, and Squirrel Bunny. That's a cute name. This is a weekly, so I will be doing weekly things first. And what else? Sorry you didn't make it yesterday because I had a long reading, and by the time it was finished, it was way too late to do anything, and nobody would have been up. So we're going to do it now. And the first card I pulled was awaiting results, and we have been working hard for the last little while. Maybe we started back when I started, was in the 70s, but generally this shift has been going on with the humans knowing about it way back in the 1800s even. And but it's been getting more and more pronounced, of course, over the last few months, years. So since 2000, the world was supposed to end, and 2012, where the world was supposed to end, and it's because we chose to keep it going. We chose to keep the world going and evolving in the physical form, which we've never done before. There has been between, I think it's 7 and 15 times that the Earth has gone through evolutions. But we are here because we choose to be here. And we're learning because we choose to learn. Anyhow, we're waiting results. And the first card for Aries is the Justice card. And the Justice card, I call it my light worker card, actually, because it has the sign of the channel. It has a sign of the intuitive, or the third eye. It has the sword to cut away that which no longer is necessary. And it has the symbol of Mat, where she weighs the heart of a human to see if they're ready to go on to higher planes or stay in the same plane and reincarnate. And so for me, justice is a sign of the light worker. And we are on this call, we are light workers. The Knight of Pentacles covers us. And the Knight of Pentacles as an energy is a very stable, strong, balanced energy. It takes great pride in what we have achieved. And honestly, if we look back, there's no reason not to take great pride in what we have achieved. And what is behind us is the Princess of Cups. And the Princess of Cups is the wise inner child. And the wise inner child tells you to look after yourself, etc., right? So we are getting to the place where we are wise enough to look after ourselves first, knowing that when we are in good shape, others can be helped as well. And what's coming up, what's just finishing, is the Three of Pentacles, and that's putting in the effort, reaping the rewards, being acknowledged for what we're doing in a very positive way. And it's also a money card. And I just finished a reading, and in that reading, I got the very strong sense that money is not going to be an issue. It's not going to be the issue it has been for the last few years, because that is part of the journey that is coming to an end. And rightly so, because money is a learned reward. It's not a primary reward. Food is a primary, water is a primary, but money is a learned reward. It's been put in place, well, for a few reasons. One of the reasons is to make barter easier. Another reason is, that gets into conspiracy theories, so we won't go there. But there's many reasons money was put in place. So what's coming up for us this week, and I think this is something I expect we will feel, and it is the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is being on cloud nine, being very happy. It is also the wish card. So everybody make a wish, make it beautiful, make it grand, make it for yourself. And what's coming up in front of us is the Three of Cups. And for the majority of people on this call, North Americans, that we will be celebrating. It's Christmas, so that makes it logical that we would be happy for a few days. And if you listen to what I have been saying in the other three elements, the guides are saying pay attention to the season itself, not to the energy of loneliness, not to the energy of I couldn't afford to get this big fancy gift for this people. Pay attention to the energy of the love that is being sent. There is a huge shift in consciousness occurring at this moment. And it's specifically occurring in this particular energy is specifically occurring this week. So the energy to support us this week is the King of Pentacles. And that is a bit of a homebody. And that doesn't mean you have to stay home. You can go out and go on ski vacations and stuff like that. But it is a season to be in family. So enjoy it. And the Six of Wands is supporting us. And the Six of Wands is having put in the effort, winning the race, and being very pleased with themselves. Use your intuition. This is a great time to use your intuition. When the world is around you, the energy hopefully is a little calmer. At least hopefully it will be a little calmer. This is a time to go out and use your intuition. This is also a time, Nine of Pentacles, we are reaping the rewards for the efforts we've put in. It's not an ending card. It's not a finishing card, but it's a card of support along the way. There's still more happening. There's still more change coming, but it also is a money card. And I expect for the year 2020, we are going to find a huge difference in the energy that we will be living through. The closer I get to 2020, the more I believe that. So awaiting the results. I guess this year we're awaiting the results of the energy influx coming through our guides, coming through the energies of pure love. There's no agenda attached to it. It's just love. Does that make it easier? Anytime anybody has a problem and it impacts that energy, love energy impacts that problem, there will be a result. And usually, unless you can go, I accept, it's going to be a little bit upsy daisy. All right. So hopefully it's a good, easy, comfortable week. If not, breathe deep, allow it to come through you, and realize it is simply energy coming in, and you can let the old energy go out. So that comes to, it is time to daydream your future. And it's time to daydream it huge and beautiful and grandioso. And it's also time to make decisions. And the decisions would be, do I make it easy on myself or do I make it hard? And so I am finished. I will go into my spiel. I will stop exactly in 50 minutes because, well, I work 7 days a week. And today happens to be a very busy day. And yesterday ended up being a very busy day. So I have a limited time frame. Okay. So what's the first question? Is that
Squirrel Bunny asks.
What about Elantra Cook?
Oh, right. Elantra Cook with a $4.99 super chat asks, what are Marquise current feelings for me? Thank you.
They don't generally change that fast from day to day, but I will ask. So he called you, this is very interesting, he called you the bubbly girl. At least I found it interesting. He does know what's going on. He does know how things are being interacted and woven. And at this point, he's sitting back, observing, waiting to see what the next step will be. He doesn't feel opposed to the game, but he's well aware it is a game. And he's kind of waiting to see what's offered next what's offered next in the way, and be very careful that you don't cause the ante to be upped so that you have to pay a higher price than you originally would have. All right? Okay, the 3 cards.
Yeah. Squirrel Bunny asks, can you pull 3 cards for how Sydney feels towards me? No communication, please, and thank you.
No communications?
Mm-hmm.
Is that...
That's what they're saying.
She's not getting communications from me, or...
No, from Cindy.
Oh, from Sydney. Okay. Sometimes, we might be psychics, but we're not infallible. So sometimes it would be wiser to put no communications from... Yeah, more context. Because I just was on a long reading, and my brain's a little fatigued. Okay. So what you're thinking is coming. What you're surmising is happening. It's coming. You have the ability to deal with all the situations that are coming. All right. Remember, you asked for cards. This is the card I got. The Devil card. And the Devil card is seeing things clearly. It's seeing things in the truth that they are at, and it's a card of allowing yourself freedom. I did pull another card afterwards. It was the Hermit. So the Hermit is, in this case, you're going to be rising above the energy and moving forward. The second card that said you have the ability to deal with this and handle it would also indicate that this is something you have the ability to move forward from and deal with and do it comfortably and wisely. Outcome card, because it spelled out while I was talking to you, is 6 of Wands. You will move on and things will work out for you, and you will find that it's the best thing that could have happened. It's the best thing that could have happened. Whatever that is. And there's possibility of a few things in there. Both uncomfortable, but both positive results. Okay.
Moonfeather asks, hi, Eliz-sha and Elle, how are you both?
We're good, thank you.
Tara Scott says, hi.
Hi.
Helen C. asks, I'm pre-diabetic. If I work really hard to eat right and put in the exercise, do you ever see me back to normal range?
Well, you're not diabetic yet, so yes, you can be. At least that's my understanding of it. Get rid of all sugars, and I'm talking anything that has white sugar, which means make your food meals from scratch. Buy coconut sugar rather than white sugar. Coconut sugar has the slowest rise. It rises slower than honey. So white sugar rises like this, straight up. Honey rises like that. Coconut sugar rises like that. So they don't have that insulin surge. And that means you can learn to make your own chocolates. Then they're delicious. And you look up paleo desserts. They have foods there that have no sugar at all, except which is natural from like dates and things like that. I personally love chocolate pie. The paleo chocolate pie dessert. And there's a plethora of recipes out there for that particular one. It uses cocoa rather than cocoa. And cocoa has more nutrients and vitamins in it than cocoa, and no sugar. So you get to add what you want for the sugar. It also has more vitamins and minerals. Plus it has 15% of your daily iron needs. There's a lot of things you can do. It takes a while to adjust to changing your diet, but you will feel better. Ultimately, you will feel better. On my site, there is a couple of videos you can watch about I think it's soy, and soy has a bad name. Watch that video on soy, and I will try and find it and pin it. It has really good information, and the lady who gave me the site has really good information on how to deal with diet. If you need help, she has doctors who talk to her and help her explain. I know her since she was a teenager, and she is honest and trustworthy. Her name is Kristen. And she works with Shaklee, but I've been using her Shaklee products, and I must say, I do feel better. Okay.
On that note, our website is also back up and running. Yeah. So if you want to check it out, feel free. At the moment, we only have Eliz-sha, Elizabeth, Erin, Annie Lou, and Nikki and Chanel.
What about Sadie?
I need her right up, but
okay.
She will be up shortly.
Sadie's not written up because the other website went down before we got it, and I guess Elle didn't like my one lines.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyhow, feel free to check it out.
It looks really good. I'm so pleased with it.
Moonfeather asks, I ran into my ex's father. I felt him watching me, and I turned around to see him and a few people scatter. Was Terry, I'm assuming that's her ex's name, there, and was he watching me? Please, anything you can pick up.
Oh, I don't think he was there particularly, but he learned everything that was meant to be, what was said at the time. Terry's father actually seems to have liked you, and is a little sorry that you're no longer part of his son's life. The fact that they scattered, though, would indicate that they're rather, as a group, immature. And I find when they're immature groups, drama is the message of the day. And even with it's not a truth, They will pass along stuff. So I'm not 100% sure that everything will be positively passed along, because it feels like there's a few in there that just like the drama over the reality. The father doesn't feel to be quite that bad, but he was still with that group. Okay, good luck. I'm sorry that it wasn't a more...
Lily Guild asks, hey, so is there anything that my spirit guides want to tell me about Hendrix?
Hendrix.
He died of an overdose.
You're in a good mood today.
I'm talking about Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, okay. My mind did not jump there. They don't seem to be overly enamored with him, honestly. In fact, they're kind of got their nose in a snit, or they're just not impressed with him. So maybe you are. Maybe you shouldn't ask your guides what they think, because they're, as I said, they're not very impressed with him at the moment. And they think that you would be happier just enjoying your life, not moving on particularly, just enjoying what you've got in front of you. All right, good luck with that.
Maria Herrera says, hello both.
Hi, Maria.
Teresa E. asks, do you ever see me buying a home within the next 2 to 3 years?
Yes. Though probably towards the latter time rather than the beginning time. And be patient, because something's going to shift and change, and you're going to be able to afford something much nicer than you anticipated. What I'm seeing is a place with a lot of windows, and I'm not sure if I'm seeing it correctly or not, but it appears to look out over water. Okay, so really nice. Be patient, because the more patient you are, the nicer the place will be. Okay.
Mimi asks, does Dario want to move closer to me?
He's not very big on words, is he? Yes. Basically, that's all he said. That's it. That's all he said. Okay.
Kimberly C. asks, did my uncle Ramon ever tell my mom that he would divorce my aunt if he didn't move out of the house that he shares with her? With my aunt?
I'm confused.
Did my uncle Ramon ever tell my mom that he would divorce my aunt if I didn't, sorry, I read it wrong, move out of the house that he shares with my aunt?
I suspect it was like, okay, this is not something you really want to ask on a live. I suspect it was more of a fabrication than a truth, and that's something that is rather personal. And I'm not trying to criticize you. And I realize readings cost money, and this is a good way to get answers. But that one, the answer is actually rather personal. So I think you know what I'm saying. But if you don't understand, message me and I will fill you in.
Will Frisk asks, hi, do you have any messages from my guardian angels? Thank you.
So your guardian angels go up, put their hand under your chin, lift it up, and say, be of good cheer. And basically, they show them as surrounding you, and they're always with you. And right now, they are with you a lot more than usual. Maybe it's the season, maybe it's the situations that you're in, but you are never alone, and you're always supported. Okay.
Maria Herrera asks, hello, I haven't asked who are my spirit guides. Can you tell me who they are? Thank you.
Mostly the people that come through are one of your brothers. I'm not quite sure which one he is. I think he's probably one of the older ones in spirit. I think another is a female, also family member. I'm not sure if she's an older sister or an aunt, but she's not as outspoken as your brother. She's got a gentler nature, and you should talk to her more often and ask her for more help. Okay.
Tay asks, hello, yesterday I was told that my dragon guide, Michael, became my spirit guide to help me communicate with my spirit guides better. Is this true? Does that happen often?
Anything can happen in the energies, and yes, it's true. It doesn't stop them from being all forms of guides, but yeah, it seems to be very true. And like I say, anything can happen in the energies. If you can imagine it, it's real. All right.
Miriam Rash asks, hello, I would like to know if there are any messages from my spirit guides.
Well, they're wishing you a Merry Christmas, and they're saying be of good cheer, and they're offering you a drink. It looks like a warm Christmas drink. It's in a cup. I can't tell you what's in it. But there seems to be a lot of joy and happiness surrounding this situation, and lots of laughter. And they're hoping that you feel the same, and you will share in the joy that they're sending your way. It does seem to be a very joyful time over on the other side. All right.
Positive for Life asks, little mama died on my chest a few hours ago. Can I ask Spirit why did I have to experience the passing of the dog and pups? I'm having a hard time coping with this. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very difficult. We went through it a lot ourselves when my kids were little. We used to get all the strays and the rejects from the neighborhood.
The ringworm.
and ringworm. But know this, dogs do not have fear of death like humans do. They move from one state to the next state easily and quickly and comfortably. And when they get to the other side, they're going, "Oh, this was fun." Then they bounce around. Little mama, she's actually feeling really sorry for you, and I don't know if you can feel it, but she's kissing you and saying, "It's all right. It's all right." And I can feel your energy, and I would wish I could help you. Just know that it helps in the long run for you to have this ability to deal and empathy to help people pass, and you are really good. That is part of your gift, is helping those who are alive to pass over to the other side. This is why you experienced it. this is going to be a tough one.
Mhm.
Uh, they're acknowledging that you have a special gift for helping those to depart. You may not appreciate it right now, but in the future, it is a gift you will value deeply.
Also, talking about coming from experience, I had a pit bull that looked like the Target pit bull that they used to have as their mascot back in the 90s. He was a stray.
We called them Bones.
We called him Bones because he was pure white, and when I first met him, he was nothing but skin and bones.
He really just looked like a walking...
Yeah, I was a very clever 8-year-old. But to this day, I think we had him for maybe about 6 months.
About that.
And to this day, I believe he came to us, to me, just to know what it was like to be unconditionally loved.
And he was.
And sometimes that's all they need is the knowledge that regardless of whether they live or die, they're good or bad, they at one point in their life, as hard or as easy as it might have been, be unconditionally loved.
He died being loved.
Yeah.
He died knowing he was loved.
This boy was abused. I mean, he was a Mexican dog, right?
He was probably a fighting dog.
Yeah, they don't treat their animals very kindly and everything. And I spent, I think, a good couple weeks feeding him and getting him to trust us.
Trust her.
Trust me, mainly, yeah.
I'd come in the house and he'd be sleeping at her feet on a blanket that Elle had put down just for him.
Or he would, because the Mexican houses had a separate area for clothes and laundry. When he was first trusting us, that laundry area was always open, and Mom would find him a couple of times just laying in the clean or dirty laundry
dirty.
We hadn't gotten to yet. And like she would leave out food for him just as much as I would, but I was the one that initiated him. I adopted him without even asking.
But yeah, sometimes animals come to us just to be loved before they die.
Yeah.
In your case, I'm pretty certain you have an ability to deal with death, and that is profound. That's a profound and that's a beautiful gift. Like I say, you may not appreciate it right now, and that's fine. Just remember in the future that this is something you're good at. And there's things like called death doulas and stuff like that. My niece is actually a death doula.
Oh, she actually did finish that course?
Yeah. And it is a deep honor to be allowed to be there at the passing of people. And I know when my mother died, I was so honored, and the energy was so beautiful that it's a gift I hold dear to me to this day.
We also were there for an old dog that we had to put down. She was arthritic and
going dementia,
and we assumed cancer. We never got her tested for that.
But I had one of my psychic friends, and she said cancer.
Yeah,
and I trust her.
We were there for her passing as well. She got to eat a chocolate muffin, which she adores. And she loved being petted. So she died eating chocolate. A muffin and being petted and shown that she was loved from day one, basically. And
she was so ready to go.
They didn't even finish the injection.
It was halfway done and she was gone.
Yeah. So it's painful, but they are still good memories that we cherish and hold of our loved ones, both four-legged and furry and human. Next, otherwise we'll never get off this topic.
And I'm gonna cry.
We have lots of sad stories like that.
Yeah, well, death is something that we're afraid of in this society, but really we don't need to be.
No.
So if we can learn to to accept it for what it truly is and how beautiful it is, it would make life a lot easier for everybody, for you, for people who are dealing with loss. And with your young, you've never dealt with loss, it's really difficult. And I'm going to pop down and pick up the thing I dropped.
And on that note, Noir64 asks, what are Jalen's current feelings for me? Thank you so much in advance.
Jalen.
Because again, if we don't move on, we never will.
That's true, because this is a very profound topic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually something that's we should talk with. I will get Aaron to talk about it on the next Connect with Aaron.
Yep. Jalen, feelings.
Yeah. I think it's something that if you can, I think it would be worth checking into. Don't rush into anything, of course, because it doesn't really pay to rush into something. It pays to get to know people first before you let the hormones take over. And hormones are beautiful. They're fun. They make life exciting. And in the physical aspect of a relationship, it's great. Get to know him first. But at this point, I think there is a very positive energy coming from him towards you. Again, get to know him. All right.
Empress ZZ asks, is this my soulmate? He is an older man.
And the first energy I got from that is no. But having said that, my soulmate is 6.5 years younger than me. We are never going to be together in a physical relationship, or even that anything remotely like that. But we do have a lot of love and respect for each other. So, having said no, it could possibly be. Doesn't mean that you're meant to be with that person in a marriage situation. Make sure you understand that some soulmates are not necessarily. Oh, she said soulmate?
Yeah, soulmate.
Okay, I'm thinking twin flame.
But soulmates aren't also necessarily.
They're not
lovers.
forever. And a soulmate is a soulmate while they're there. And the soulmate can come and go. So if you feel a great deal of attraction to this person, then probably yes. Is it meant for a long-term relationship? I don't think so. But having said that, if he's a good person and you're comfortable with the person, don't throw it away either. If that makes sense. Because everything's worthwhile taking time to learn, to experience and study. Okay.
Kimberly Hostel asks, hey y'all, Aquarius dealing with my Leo lover. I really need some help.
Well, I know from experience, Leos are headstrong, touch arrogant, beautiful people. Aquarius is water? No, they're air.
No,
they're air.
Yeah.
So you're a thinker. He's Leo's a what is Leo?
Fire.
Fire. So fire and air, they burn hot. Very hot. So third person perspective, whenever you're dealing with this person, Sit back, be an observer of your own life. Act, don't react. So in other words, when he says something or puts his foot down, stop, think, and then figure it out, then react. And if it takes you 5 minutes to not answer a conversation, you just go, wait 1 minute, let me figure this out, and go from there. Other than that, just know it's always going to be passionate between the two of you. That's just the way it is. And passionate in the physical sense, as in bed, also passionate in the verbal sense, as in arguments. So good luck with this. It can be lighthearted if you allow it, if you don't own everything he says or the Leo says, okay? Because they can be kind of
Headstrong.
headstrong, don't stop and think. Okay?
Howard, and it looks like he has a duck emoji.
Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Or not emoji, but profile picture. Asks, I was wondering if my ex is going to put in the effort at all, currently holding back emotionally.
Well, your ex is right. Unless you're consciously both trying to work things out. Remember, you're already an ex. And there might be a reason that your ex is an ex. I don't think your ex is quite as emotionally invested as you are. And like I say, I can be wrong. But I would out and out ask. And remember, certain people will tell you what you want to hear, not what the truth is, because they're not very good at telling people things that they feel will hurt them. So just be patient. Ask the person outright. And if you ask them genuinely without emotion, you will probably get an answer that you can understand. You may not want it, but you probably understand. And like I said, that person doesn't appear to be as emotionally invested as you are. So that makes it a bit difficult for you. But it does appear that they're trying to be good to you. So good luck with that. I apologize.
Lily Dulo asks,
Hi,
Hi
Lily.
ladies, I have sometimes in my mind people who have done me huge harm in the past. Will there be justice or truth revealed in any form? I can't feel anything. Maybe I just need to detach from it.
I think detaching from it is a really good idea, and it feels at the moment, from what you're telling me, that you're a little frustrated with the situation. I do feel that there is a coming to truth. I don't feel it is as soon as you would like it to happen. So detach, sit back, realize, and you're really good at this. It's in God's hands. But you will be vindicated. Say good luck with that.
Maria Herrera says, I saw the website. It looks good. I like the Phoenix. Thank you.
Elle made that Phoenix.
It took me days.
It was the Phoenix I wanted originally, but I was overruled by,
somebody else who thought
Other
they knew
people.
better.
Yeah, but I want what I want, so I get what I want, even if it takes me 5 years.
But thank you.
It's
my Franken Phoenix. Jennifer Schwebb asks, hello ladies, can you describe my oldest daughter's Haley's gatekeeper? She's been curious.
Okay. A bit dramatic. I'm pretty darn certain they could be on stage because he bounced out, and I cannot reproduce it. He bounced out with a sword in hand, landed on his knees like he was on stage, sword in the air, and said, "Here I am." And then he bounced back. Yeah. As I said, lots of humor on the other side right now. He's good looking. Did look like he had a Roman outfit on. Though the sword was not Roman, it was not a long sword, but it wasn't a short sword. And Romans had short swords. So it was a sword that was in between, and it sort of has a flicker of blue flame on it. And what else? He's giving me a name, and it's not Caesar, but it's almost like Caesar. And I can't quite catch the actual name. I apologize for that. But it's similar to Caesar. And he says, yeah, it was a lot of effort to get her attention. That's why he did the bouncing out. But he promises that he will not he's very dramatic. He brought the sword up to his face and says, I promise I will not let anyone pass that shouldn't. But you still have to ask. So he's funny. I think I would spend time getting to know the guy, because he is absolutely hilarious. At the same time, he is a soldier, and he will do his duty. Okay.
Moonfeather with a $7.77 super chat asks, I hope it's okay to ask a second question via super chat. Wondering how Terry is feeling after hearing about me running into his dad, please.
Oh, I'm sorry you spent the money on that. I didn't pick up too much about that. Terry still has feelings for you. I don't know what caused the breakup, but I suspect it was not from him that it occurred, and I'm not 100% sure it was from you. I think there was a third party, or third parties, plural, who think they know better how to run other people's lives. Then I think there's a lot of intervention in the breakup, basically, because his heart is breaking, his heart is hurting, and having said that, if he allows third party people to interfere in his life, and he's not strong enough to say, nope, I'm going to do what I want to do, then you're not going to even if you get back together, you're going to have trouble and problems, because until he's strong enough to say, yep, this is my life, you guys take a walk. All right. So yes, he's hurting. I suspect you're hurting. Heal, move forward. Even if that does include him, but move forward. Don't move back. Don't wait. But the healing is vitally important. The mourning of the relationship is vitally important. So, okay, please consider please consider that you need to heal before you can do anything else. And put him on the back burner for the 24th, 25th. You can bring him back out on the 26th. All right.
Maria Herrera, says thank you very much, both. Miriam Rash says thank you. And Tay says thank you. Just wanted some confirmation. D. Cox asks, good day. Seems like dog people have great feelings of love. Any special messages for aquas?
Yeah, people who love dogs, they're a little bit insane. Let me tell you, just a little bit. And we have dogs, and we put night lights on our stairs
because our one dog's going blind.
Yeah, and now it flashes all night. and well, Elle doesn't sleep when there's light. She can't sleep, so every once in a while she's popping up awake, and we do it because we love our dogs. And he doesn't even go downstairs that often at night.
Spoiled butts.
But I have slept with my light on down. I have a downstairs bedroom. I sleep with my light on, so that he can see when he comes down at night. But he has been stranded at the top of the stairs crying because he cannot get down.
Self-imposed.
Okay, but anyhow, the question was.
Any got messages for aquas?
Aquarius, right?
Sure.
I think Aqua is Aquarius.
I'm just gonna say sure.
If not, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit brain dead.
Also, we are not astrologers.
True.
Zodiac signs don't mean much to us.
I'm learning a tiny bit because I'm forced to.
Yeah.
What was her first name again?
D. Cox.
D. Cox. Like D-E-E?
Yeah.
Okay.
C-O-X.
So I'm swearing that the guides are drinking. Your guide also came out and was very happy and very, very exuberant, and he reaches out his hand to you and says, almost like he wants to pull you forward and dance with you, do a jig or something. So I think the guides are telling everybody to put everything on a back burner and just feel like now is the time to celebrate. Now is the time to, and I've said this over and over again, bring in the love energy. And first of all, the love energy that should come in is for yourself, not for another. Fill your own cup up, and then you can worry about filling other people's cups up. All right, it's very, 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 very important that, and they want you to have fun, and your form of fun, not their form of fun, not other people's form of fun. With your idea of fun is grabbing a book and pulling a blanket up over your shoulders and just reading. Have fun, because that is my idea of being in heaven, reading a book and not being disturbed. If that's not it and you like to get out and rock and roll, get out and rock and roll. And with your idea of rock and rolling is going for a quiet cup of coffee or a cup of tea and sitting in a corner and watching people, do that. That would be my idea of being in heaven. I love to watch people. I have watched people all my life. So do what's your idea of pleasure and fun, and if you feel that there's nobody there specifically for you, then tap into the higher energies and realize you are surrounded by people who are there dedicated to you. And I don't know what you would actually call them because they're not actually humans, but they're not spirit either because they're very physical in where they are. So, yeah, tune into the universality of the season, not the specific. I'm spending money. I'm alone. Oh, I'm hyper because I haven't got everything done, and everybody else is all bent out of shape and hyper because people get crazy loony tunes at this time of year. No, tune into the higher energies, the higher love energies. Pull it into yourself. Make it at home. Make it part of who you are. And when the season ends, don't let it go. Okay? And that was quite a diatribe about nothing.
Carmen asks, and this is a bit of a heavy question. My husband got hospitalized and it's not going well. How do I get prepared for what's coming? I know he will pass soon.
Oh, yeah, that is a bit of a heavy question. I would actually, can you message me and we will do this privately? But basically know that everybody has a time they have chosen to leave. At this point in time, allow yourself to feel all the love you can towards him. You can change that later, but at this moment, allow yourself to love him unconditionally. Do that which you need to have done before he passes in the physical. And I'm talking about stuff that needs to be signed and witnessed so that afterwards, when he's passed, you can mourn and you don't have to deal with stuff. And it's just stuff, but society has a lot of rules about stuff. Okay, but please message me. We'll do it. I would prefer to do that face to face, one-on-one. We have 3 minutes left, and I do have to stop at 3 minutes.
Yeah.
We will be back Monday. I don't know exactly when. I'm not exactly sure who will be doing it. I'm trying to talk.
One of 3 people.
I'm trying to talk Elizabeth into doing it. And if we can, we will do that. If we can't, then it will be either me or me.
No, Lauren?
No, because it's the Christmas Eve.
Oh. Monday?
No, basically, but
it's the eve of the eve.
Yeah, but she's really busy.
Yeah, okay. Just real quick, Igul, I sent your comment about PayPal not working, not accepting, to our webmaster, our new webmaster who did the work on the website.
You can do it through. You can also go through my PayPal, my personal PayPal, because everything I make basically goes back into my website.
Yeah.
And that's Elle can give you that.
Yeah. But anyhow, thank you for letting us know that was an issue. Like I said, it just came up. It's just came up last.
It's not even
last night.
It's not been up 24 hours yet.
Yeah. So thank you, and we will hopefully get that fixed for next time.
But you can, if you want something, you can go through. You can go through my PayPal, and it will accept it still.
Yeah. If you want to reach out to.
Well, you can reach out to me personally at Eliz-sha
Keating.
Yeah, Keating, and it's on Messenger, and I will give you the information there.
Yeah.
And any one of our readers is absolutely over the top brilliant.
All right. So let's get to one more question, and then we will call it quits.
Okay.
And this one, I feel like, again, it's a bit heavy, but it's kind of dire.
'Tis the season.
'Tis the season, yeah, basically. Krista Charlton asks, if you can, my lady, could you please tell me if I'm going to prison?
I'm going to ask my daughter for confirmation. No, I don't get that you're going to. I do not get that. I did a muscle test. My first reaction was no. My daughter, who's my backup, says no. And so the card I pulled is be patient. There's things happening behind the scenes that you're unaware of that will be in your benefit for your benefit. Basically, when you get a patience card, it means something's happening you're not aware of. Be aware. I did get the high priestess, which is to see things from a higher perspective. And honest to God, this is what you're going through right now, and look at it as a learning experience. And I wouldn't want anybody to go to American jail. They're just god awful pits.
Go to a.
If you King of Pentacles, if your lawyer's good, go to your lawyer, and ask what he feels is going to happen. And quite often it will depend on the judge, and I do feel the judge will be lenient. Okay, Jakari Thomas.
What about them?
You're British, eh?
Oh,
hang on. Let me see if I can tune into a British. I do feel the judge will still be lenient, but the system's got to be better than American. American systems. I'm not American, but I've heard a bit about them, and that they're barbaric. Okay. Did you want to?
Just hold on. I accidentally skipped Yasmin Fox.
Okay, but what about Jakari?
Yeah, I will read the question in a sec.
Okay.
But first, Yasmin Fox wants to know what changes are coming for her. Yeah.
I don't know. 2020 is when things start to shift and change, probably about the middle of the month, January, maybe towards February. And it seems what's going to happen, and it's going to be slow shift. It's not going to be a quick shift. It's like there's a dawn start, and you can see the dark energy is shifting, and dawn is coming up. Dawn takes a while to arrive. At least where I live, dawn is a half hour, 40-minute trip. So things are starting to show light in the new year, which would indicate that as the dawn extends up to full-blown daylight, it will take a little while, but it's changing, it's shifting, and it's in a positive. I actually see the sun when it's up feel like a kiss on the cheek, a blessing. Okay, good luck.
Jakari wants to know what will Jathri and me do when we see each other.
Basically, you look at each other and sort of circle each other like you don't really know how to do with each other. And it will take a little while for you to be comfortable and talk. So expect things to be a little slow, expect things to be a little shy, and then things may heat up. Okay, good luck with that one.
And for everyone else,
Monday,
come back tomorrow.
Sometime.
Ring the bell for notifications so you get the email. If it's not working, try unringing it, then ringing it again for all notifications and see if that works.
Because YouTube is going under lots of changes.
Well, not just that. They always have issues when it comes to subscriptions.
Yeah, and they keep on unsubscribing my people.
Yeah. But the Polynesian princess, she mentioned that she didn't get notified. She just happened to catch us. I don't remember. She didn't ask a question. But anyhow, so yeah, just stay tuned.
Yeah. Tomorrow, and I can't promise you when because Elizabeth is so easy to tag down as a wild rabbit. So we may or may not get to her early or late. All right, with that, I'm going to say namaste, namasko, and thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And it was a bit tough here and there, but it will get better. Goodbye.